Hey there YouTube, this is Storytime Hero, and this is the second part of my Neospacian deck profile, where I just quickly run through a quick simulation duel to show you how it is I like to play this deck and how it is that I think about using my cards during certain situations. And the way I'm going to be doing the air quote situational duels, or not situations, simulation duels, is every turn I'm going to pretend that, my opponent summons like a 1500 attack or higher monster with 1,000 defense, and he does that every turn, and every 5 turns he'll activate a spell or trap card. And for today I'm going to assume it's going to be like I don't know, maybe an upstart goblin or something or whatever. But anyway, it doesn't really matter about that because I'm just going to be showing what it is that what it is I use this deck for and how it works. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so right off the bat here, I'm thinking, okay, I drew Rainbow Dragon. I should probably be looking for a way to set up for Rainbow Neos. I have Burstinatrix. I could use that for Fusion MST. Just hang on to that if I need it. Instant Neospace, I'm definitely going to want to hang on to once I start pulling out my Neospace fusions. Pathfinder, I can get Neospace off the, I can get it in my hand right off the bat, which is probably what I'm going to do. So I discard this to the graveyard and go through my deck looking for Neospace. There it is. That's a great thing about this deck. It doesn't need 3 Neospaces because I have so many ways of fishing it out early that I rarely need the additional draw power. Okay. And then from here, what I'm thinking is I'm definitely going to want to hang on to this, though I don't need to because I do have instant Neospace. So I don't need to hang on to this, but I think I'm going to anyway. And I'm going to start off by, starting to set up my graveyard maybe for pulling out Elemental Hero Neos. So I'm going to normal summon Elemental Hero Prisma. I'm going to reveal from my extra deck one Magma Neos. The material monster is Elemental Hero Neos. I'll fish him out. And chuck him to the graveyard. And until the end phase, this monster's name is treated as Elemental Hero Neos. Now, that doesn't do me anything right now, but like I said, I'm just using that to set up my graveyard for later. And 1700 attack, that works pretty well enough for my simulation in that, my opponent's fake monsters won't be able to overcome that. And I don't really need to use, well actually, what I will do is, since that is treated as Elemental Hero Prisma, or not Prisma, it's treated as Neos right now, I am going to activate Neospace, because, well here, let me shift this over so you can see it, or, no, I'll zoom out. There we go. Okay, I am going to activate that because at this point my opponent probably knows that I'm running Neospacians. So if they see Neospace, they're going to be thinking, if they're smart, they'll want to get rid of that. So they'll probably use a Heavy Storm on it if that's all they have. And that's a really nice way to fish out their Heavy Storm, so that way they can't use that later on instant Neospace. It's all about just using your cards for the end game. And that's the end of my turn. So my opponent will go, in theory right now, draw a 1500 attack point monster. And he can't overcome that, so, it's my turn now. Polymerization, okay. Now, what's unfortunate is that I probably should have waited on in this instance, with Polymerization, because I only have one Elemental Hero Neos, and I can't use Elemental Hero Neos Alias in my deck as an Elemental Hero Neos. So right now, I'm kind of stuck with that, which is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But what I can do, looking over here, I have Burstinatrix. So, though I may not be able to use Prisma's effect, to pull Rainbow Neos right now, which, boo-hoo, I could potentially use that to either pull Adoration right now, or I could use it to pull Wingman or Rampart Blaster. But I don't think I'm going to do that, simply because that's just an option I can hold on to for later. But what I am going to do is set my MST back here, in the event that, now they have 2 targets to hit with a heavy storm. I'm just trying to bait out the heavy storm so that way I don't have to worry about that later. And now I can use Prisma's effect again this turn, so let me think. I probably should just use it since I have Burstinatrix to set up my graveyard potentially for a Miracle Fusion. So here, I'll reveal Rampart Blaster and send a Clayman to the graveyard. Alright. And I don't have much else to do, so I would just attack with the Prisma. And that would be the end of another turn. Okay, and now my opponent will go, and okay, Neospacian Glowmoss. Again, there's really not much I can do with that right now. It's really unfortunate that I did the Neos when I did. So next time when I'm doing this, I would probably end up thinking, okay, I should probably hold off on doing that until I know I have the polymerization in my hand. Just some friendly advice there. And so because I don't want to leave Prisma alone, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate polymerization to fuse it with the Burstinatrix that's right here in my hand. And I'm not going to use Prisma's effect, mostly because I'm just pulling Adoration. So it doesn't really need to be anything special. Now, keeping in mind, I do still have Neospace, so I'm hoping to pull a Neos Alias, in which case, pulling out actually no, here, I'll take that back, only because, that's the great thing about playtesting this way, is that I can take moves like that back. Because now that I think about it, it'd probably be best, because this next card could potentially be Neos Alias, and if I do that, I can pull Rainbow Neos next turn. And, yeah, that's just an all-around better way to do it. So I will summon Burstinatrix to inflict a little additional damage. Next turn. Okay, Crossporter. Here we go. Now we do have some options, because what I can do with Crossporter is I can normal summon him, but then I can use his effect, send him to the graveyard to special summon Glowmoss. And the second part of his effect, I can add another Neospacian in my hand. And so because I had Glowmoss there, what I should do is I have 2 options. I could add Grand Mold to my hand, because he is the most useful Neospacian, and it's a really nice way to clear out the field. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add Dark Panther to my hand, because then that way, if the if the opportunity arises, I'll be able to do the triple contact for Chaos Neos. That's always an option that I'd like to have, because I do still have Neospace on the field, so having Chaos Neos would be pretty nice. So again, attack with Prisma, and it's early enough yet that I wouldn't care what my opponent draws. So, and I already have 3 monsters to his none, so if he draws a monster, it's not really, or draws anything for that matter, it's not really going to do much. Alright, next turn. Alright, Clayman. Here we go. Once again, I'm faced with the option, do I Rampart Blaster, or what do I do? What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to him for when things start getting ugly. And, you know what, here, let's just play under the assumption that I do have another Elemental Hero Neos. But instead what I'm going to use is a Neos Alias. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually do this in a game. I'm technically cheating right now, but, again, this is just play testing, so I would do that. And now with that, I have an Elemental Hero Neos right here. So what are my options? I can, triple contact for Chaos Neos for a 3500 beat stick, and then from there I'd be able to use Polymerization for Burstinatrix and Clayman and pull Rampart, which has, I think, 2000, or maybe a little bit more, which in total would be more attack points than Rainbow Neos. So I think that is what I am going to do. So I'm going to triple contact, which is where, you know, it's kind of like synchroing, except no tuners, and you shuffle them back into the deck. Yeah, sorry about this one off-card case. I added a second polymerization from one of my other decks into here. Alright, and with that, I pull Chaos Neos. Alright, so 3,500 right there. Activate polymerization. These two to the graveyard. For Rampart Blaster, 2,000, that's what I thought. Alright, and then, okay, then what I would do would be, you know, attack with Rampart, attack with Chaos Neos for 3,500. And because Neospace is on the field, it won't be returned to my extra deck. Alright, and you know, at this point, there's not really much else for me to do other than, you know, just normal summon, Sparkman, attack, and swing twice per game. And that is the end of that. Now, granted, I did have to cheat a little bit because of the way that I have the deck built right now. I haven't really spent too much time looking at how to make it better. I've just wanted to set it up so it has the utility to, you know, pull whatever I'm able to get. Alright. And so there's that. If this, you know, if you didn't like this video because you can't stand Neospacians, then, you know, I'm sorry for boring you. And with that, I'm just gonna say, if you did happen to like this video, then I do appreciate it because, you know, like I said, I like Neospacians. And if you like it, show the video a little bit of love with a like. If you didn't, so be it. But more to the point, if you want more videos like this where I do a deck profile and then, you know, run through how it'll work, just subscribe for more of those, because I think I am going to start doing that more, because deck profiles don't really seem to, you know, they don't really get across how the deck plays or how it runs. And I think I'm going to do something similar with my Six Samurai deck. That's my other deck that I'm currently not fixing up, and I'll probably have that up soon as well. And this has been Storytime Hero, and I will catch you all next time.